Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and coming at you with another video. It's going to be a review on Stranger Things. And if you saw my previous video, at the end of that video, which was the Thanksgiving morning vlog, I said I was going to review this show, season 1 of it. And that's what this video is going to be on, season 1 review of Stranger Things. And this is a Netflix show that debuted this past summer in July. Huge hit, very, very popular. It has become since they put up in July, since Netflix debuted in July. A lot of people are dressing up as their favorite characters, doing some videos of their ode to the show so far. And I finished the whole season 1 a couple of weeks ago, and I really love the show. I really enjoy it. It's a very good show if you haven't seen it. And it's basically, the show is a homage to 80s pop culture, because the show takes place in the 80s, and it's inspired by the works of, the show is inspired by the works of Spielberg and John Carpenter, Stephen King, Robert Zemeckis, George Lucas, among others from the 80s. And it's really cool. It definitely has that, that 80s look to it. The music and score is really good. It uses some 80s songs. But anyways, what the show is about is it takes place in November of 1983, this season, and it takes place in a town called Hawkins, Indiana. And 12-year-old Will Byers, who is played by Noah Schnapp, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, he vanishes mysteriously, just out of nowhere. And Will's mother, Joyce, played by Winona Ryder, searches for him, and her character, you think she's going crazy during the season, the few episodes and the next episodes in the season, because she's buying these lights, these Christmas lights, and hanging them up around the house, which is the only way that she could communicate with Will and know of his location. And also you have the police chief, Jim Hopper, played by David Harbour. He launches his own investigation into this. And Will's friends, he has 3 friends. Dustin Henderson, played by Gaten Matarazzo, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He has Slit-Trocranial dysplasia, I think that's how you pronounce it, but I can't pronounce it though, but that's what his character has. So his friends are Dustin, Mike Wheeler, played by Finn Wolfhard, and Lucas, played by Caleb McLaughlin. And while Will has vanished, this mysterious girl pops up out of nowhere, and meets Will's 3 friends, and her name is Eleven, which Mike gives her the nickname Elle, who is played by Millie Bobby Brown. And she's this girl that has psychokinetic powers, and she knows where Will is. She knows the exact location where he's at. And while this is all going on and they're searching for Will, there's this government agency trying to cover up the truth, and there's this creature below the surface that's kidnapping everybody and killing them. And basically that's what the plot to the show is about. But Will also has an older brother named Jonathan, played by Charlie Heaton, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He's this quiet teenager and this photographer. Matthew Modine's character, his name is Martin Brenner. He's this scientist who is in charge of this laboratory and performs experiments there. And he's just a very manipulative guy. And he does experiments on 11, Elle, and we see Eleven's backstory through the season, where it shows her at the laboratory, and Matthew Modine's character is doing all these experiments with her, and she's not really liking it there, and she wants to somehow escape from there, and pretty much that's basically what it is. And but the first season, it's only 8 episodes. It got renewed. The show got renewed for a second season, and it's going to have only 1 episode, bringing it to a total of 9 episodes, which is going to be released next year, probably, hopefully, in the summertime, when they first released it on Netflix. But this show, has great. The atmosphere is great. The acting is wonderful. The soundtrack is great with all 80s music. The writing, the directing, everything about this show is really amazing and really great. Plus, it has a homage to 80s genre films too. But yeah, so if you haven't checked out Stranger Things, it's definitely a show to watch on Netflix. If you have Netflix, which I know a lot of you probably have, but if you haven't seen the show, I would highly recommend it. It's a good show, love it, and I think you all will really enjoy it. If you like, if you want a show that throws back to the 80s, you will definitely like this show. And even the cinematography, it screams, like this is something like Spielberg would have done, because Spielberg's quality back then, with the 80s and stuff, reminded me a little bit of like E.T. and the Goonies. So, but Winona Ryder, she does a amazing job playing the mother in this. Matthew Modine, good too. But so yeah, Stranger Things, would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's a good show. I really enjoy. Also, I forgot to say, I really enjoyed the opening titles to the show, and that that whole score of music there. It's really cool. So, but I know when I first saw the character 11L, I thought it was a boy, but but it really was a girl, because the character's head is shaved to look like a boy, but it's really a girl. So, but I don't know if any of you, if you have seen the show, if you at first thought it was a boy, if you thought 11 was a boy though when you first watched the show. But yeah, so like I said, Stranger Things, would highly recommend it. It's a good show, really love it. And if you like the 80s, stuff from the 80s, I think you will really love this show. So yeah, so anyways, that's it for my review of season 1 of Stranger Things. Thank you all for watching, and until next video, I'll see you all later. Bye.